We're back, baby. We're back. We're back in California. The best state in the union, right? The best state. You know? We're back, baby. We're back. Hope everyone's having a wonderful Sunday evening. Giants just lost. Phillies had our number. Especially yesterday. Drink of the stream. I'm still trying to get through these Dr. Pepper strawberries and cream zero sugars. Don't like this one at all. I love the regular zero sugar Dr. Pepper and the cherry. Strawberries and cream regular is good, but not the zero sugar. Do not recommend. I recommend the others. What's up, Marie? Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday to everyone out there. You know? Yeah, Giants not looking so hot. A's looking a little better. Looking a little better than the Giants. You know, nobody ever doubted the A's ability to scout and put a good team together. That's never been a problem. You know? Dioso, what's up? Man, 20-4. Yeah, A's are not a bad team. They're figuring stuff out. You know what I mean? They're figuring stuff out. Just getting this stream going. Sorry. Texas. How was Texas? Texas is always interesting. It was my first time exploring Austin, as I mentioned last couple weeks. Or last week, I guess. The week before it was a secret. Austin was cool. It took me a little while to get a footing in Austin. I didn't get it. Something about it is strange. Like the way it's set up. I might have said this last week, but I joked that the city feels like it was set up by a 12-year-old playing SimCity or something. You know? Austin's a weird setup. But ultimately, I liked it. I slept a lot because I was working overnights, so I didn't get to explore as much as I wanted that first week. So I feel like I missed a lot. And then literally my last day there, I drove around some areas I hadn't been to yet and saw a lot of cool stuff, a lot of cool food places. I'm like, man, I wish I could have tried that. But it was cool. It was cool. So when I first got there, it wasn't, and then it got warm. It got into the 80s, but it was storming. So, you guys might have seen on my Instagram, I posted some stories. It was a severe thunder and lightning storm. Probably, if not the most severe I've ever seen, the second most severe. I remember in, I think, 2020, we had a crazy storm in the Bay Area. That's the only one I can think of that rivaled this. But it was like a movie, man. It was just like lightning every like 5 seconds. It was wild. It was wild. Thank you, Jennifer. Thank you. Driving my sister and niece to the airport in a bit. They're going to Arlington. Okay, I was just in Arlington. Yeah, hopefully the weather clears up for them because it was really back and forth. And then I didn't really believe them, but you really can't even trust the weather report. Like, it was so off and on, and like the weather will change super quick. So I thought it was going to be severe thunderstorms like the whole time I was there, but it was only a couple days. So, yeah. What's up, man? What up? What up? Yeah, it was just a couple days of severe thunderstorms. I was able to get drone shots that I wanted, luckily, on my last day. There was a lot of drone shots I was trying to get that I couldn't get because of the weather. But luckily, the last day, it really wasn't a nice day, and it started raining a little after I droned, but it was clear enough for me to get some drone shots that I wanted. What's up, Josie? So no, I didn't try Franklin Barbecue, but I did drive by it, and the line was around the building, which is I've always heard that. And the problem is I'm not a line guy. I'm really not a line. I hate lines. So in my mind, I'm like, it can't be good enough when the time people spend in that line, I could have 4 meals. You know what I mean? So just like part of me is just like I can't just go for the trend. You know, how much better is it than any other barbecue? Is it so good that you're like, I'm glad I lost 3 hours of my life? How much is 3 hours of your life worth to you? You know what I mean? But maybe it is worth it. I don't know. I mean, the line is consistent. I heard of that place years ago, and I heard that, oh, the line's like around the whole building. And then in 2024, I drive by it, and the darn line is around the buildings. So hey, but also like, because I was out there for work and stuff, and I was working overnights, I didn't have really too many options of people to like explore with. So like, I'm definitely not gonna wait in however long that line was by myself. You know what I mean? I don't know. Like maybe if I had company, if I had someone with me, but and I do actually. Some of my buddies are out there. They work out there now, but we worked on different shifts. So her husband said the weather's crazy and a lot of delays. Yeah, my flight yesterday was delayed like an hour. Get there like 5 a.m. Man, I don't know any barbecue that's that good. You know what I mean? Like, what magic are they doing that you can't get anywhere else? I don't know. Maybe it is. There's another one I think called like Terry Black's that's supposed to be really good. Is it Terry Black's? Or is that something else? Yeah, I didn't get to try any of them though. I had one Tex-Mex place, which was really good, and then I had a breakfast spot called Snooze, and that was fire, absolute fire. And then otherwise, I just had to get like fast food and stuff. It's a long story. I didn't want to just get fast food. It's a long story. But yeah, I didn't get to try as much food as I wanted. I wish I did, but I didn't. But I filmed 3 episodes. I wish I would have filmed more, but we got 3 good ones. Visit Austin one day for the barbecue and visit shooting locations for the show Friday Night Lights. I didn't realize they filmed that there. I would have checked that out. I did check out thank you, Marie. I did check out a lot of stuff. Like I just drove around. I was so tired the whole trip, which was too bad. But I drove by, UT Stadium, the house that Colt McCoy built. You know what I mean? And I went by the Q2, which is where Austin FC plays. The house that McConaughey built. What's up, Brian? What's up, man? Yeah, the soccer stadium's really cool. The Austin FC stadium, I really like because all the seats are like 2 different colors of green, just like their uniform colors. So it just it has a really cool look to it. It was actually not too far from my hotel, so that was cool. And the UT stadium, man, that stadium is huge. That stadium is so big, like tall. It's so tall. Oh, you saw those? Yeah, man. The weather was nuts. Gabe, what up? I was gonna shout you out, Gabe. I caught up to your videos today. I gotta go to a Stockton Ports game. That place looks super cool. You're about to leave. I wish I was going. I do. Yeah, and Gabe's new camera, man. It's coming out crispy, man. It's coming out good. It looks really good. And I feel like you're doing more content than you had originally planned to. Unless maybe I got the wrong idea, or I don't know what I'm thinking of, but like, I overall I think it's gonna be a good thing because regardless of what happens with the A's when they leave, like you're gonna have this whole diary for fans to always go back and watch of some good moments, which is pretty cool. 5:30 a.m. Sheesh. Actually, that's when my flight was to Austin. Um, yeah. Oh, I was gonna show you guys too. So I'm hoping to have this out in the next couple days. Good recommendation on camera from a special someone. um, I'm hoping to have this out in the next day or two. But me and my niece, Brody Broads, Globe Life Field, not Park. It's so hard for me to remember which one's which. She got to go on the field. She got to run the bases. She does have a Rangers jersey since she is a resident of that area now. So I told her, I was like, well, so what is, she's from San Diego, born and raised in San Diego. So I was like, what is it going to be? Is it going to be Padres? Is it going to be Rangers? And she's kind of, she's not a huge into the sport yet. So she's like, I don't know, I like them both. All right. Fine. As your boy, the video will be coming soon. All right, we had a good time, us and Nolan Ryan himself. We got a photo with Nolan Ryan. How cool is that? Very tall guy. Overall, I really liked Globe Life Field, which really isn't saying much because honestly, there's not a stadium out there I don't like. Which is always funny when people ask me, if I like a place or have you gone here? Did you like that place? Like I like all of them. Is there a ball game happening? Yeah, then I like it. I like them when they're different. I like when they're trying to be futuristic. I like when they're old and falling apart. I don't care. I just love a ballpark. I love a stadium. I love an arena. Okay? Yeah, it was a good time. It was a good time. What up, Jack? What up, Mitchell? Yeah, so I'm going to try to have this episode done probably Tuesday, I would say. I'm going to work on it tonight. I've been editing a lot, but I was working a lot, so wasn't able to edit too much. But yes, we explored all over Globe Life Field, including the field. How cool. So, yep, that'll be out soon. Bay Area Throwbacks, what up? Yeah, so that'll be a fun episode. I'm glad my niece got back into a sewed too. It's been a while. Thank you, Jack. Good to be back in California. Good to be back. The same thing with stadiums though is like places, cities, states, regions. There isn't a place I don't like. I like when places are different. I like when they're not the same. There's certain gripes I have, right? Like with Texas. Hey, Texas, come here. Texas, come closer. Come closer, Texas. Can you do me a favor and finish your roadways, please? Hey, can you paint lines in the road? Hey, do me a favor, Texas. Just a quick little favor. How about you put some real traffic lights? Not the lights hanging on a rope. You know what I mean? You're at the chicken dinner restaurant in Knott's right now? You lucky dog, you. You lucky dog. You lucky dog. I'm gonna be there soon, hopefully. I have a menu somewhere over here. I think. It might be somewhere else. Dang, you lucky dog. I'll be there in a few weeks. Hopefully. I'm a little broke. I don't know. Knott's is up in the air right now. Anyways. I had Whataburger like every day. Yeah. I actually got sick of it. I had to stop eating it. Because I told you I had to eat a lot of fast food. So if I was going to eat fast food, I was like, well, I'm going to have Whataburger because it's like, why have Taco Bell? I can have that at home. You know what I mean? But then I got sick of it. I had Raisin Canes, which I know we have out here, but like it's annoying to get out here. So we had it in outside of Fort Worth. You feel at home in the Southwest. Yeah, I mean I feel at home in the Bay Area, but I love every other place. There's not a place I've been to where I'm like I don't like this place. I want to leave. Like I might not want to live there, or I might not like it as much, or I might, but like a different place, it's cool. Like I don't know. I don't know. I just there's not a place I've been to. Maybe there's still a place out there that I'll go to and I won't like. There's a lot of things I don't like about places, but I don't know. And I really feel like most people are pretty much the same. Like anywhere you go, people are pretty much the same. We all think we're so different and we're just not. I'm not even eating. We just ate with my girl's family. She came here so she could get a drink. Oh man. Get some boysenberry mix or preserves and some muffin mix. You need to come here and eat sometime though. Never been here to eat. They have the to-go window right next to it. Oh, I did have Waffle House. Yeah. I had Waffle House and it was terrible. It was my first ever Waffle House experience and it was mid. But, you know, I went at 5 a.m., 6 a.m., something like that. And there was 2 people working in there and they did not make it with love, which I totally understand. Because if I was working at Waffle House at 6 a.m., you know, and some jabroni like me walks in, I'd probably not make it with love either. So I get it. So I need to try it again. I won't dismiss a place just because of one bad meal. Raisin Canes taste better in other places than in California. Well, I mean, I have Raisin Canes in San Diego a lot, and it's always been good. I haven't been to Gaza, but I'm sure. Look, the people of Gaza are probably fine. It's circumstances outside of that. You know what I mean? If there's a war going on, yeah, that's probably not somewhere I want to be. But if it was peacetime and the place wasn't leveled, then I'm sure Gaza would be fine. I'm sure of it. I'm sure the people would be great. Now, look, there's some pockets of the earth where there's some people that would be awful, yes. But for the most part, in general, you can say most people are the same everywhere. Most people just want to live a decent life and be happy. I have ate from to go before. Oh, you did. Nice. What else was I gonna say about Austin? It's crazy how much they're building. It's crazy. Like there was like 4 skyscrapers right next to the highway that were being built. Like that skyline is changing so fast. It's wild. The state capitol building is super cool. I did a video at the Bullock Museum. I went to 6th Street, the world famous 6th Street. It's hard for me to say that. It was a mess. That place is wild, man. That place is wild. Well-earned reputation. I heard that Fisher wants more than $380 million. Of course he does. Look, that's the thing, too. That's always the thing. That's always the thing with these stadium deals, is the owners will be like, oh, just give us this amount and we'll pay you back with this much interest, taxpayers. And then it never happens. They either want more money or they need to keep the revenue for some other thing. They find some loophole, and then those taxes never get paid back. Yeah, no, you can't trust Fisher. You can't trust John Fisher. Do not trust John Fisher. Do not trust Vivek. All right? Don't trust any of them. Anyways, yeah, Austin is being built up like crazy. 6th Street is super cool. I drove by Comedy Mothership. the Joe Rogan Club. I was working nights though, so I couldn't go see. I think there were some comedians there that I wanted to see, but unfortunately, I worked nights. Um, I went to the Museum of the Weird on 6th Street, which was super cool. I had a blast. I got a shirt and a pin and a magnet. That place is awesome. I did a video, so the video will be out someday whenever I can finish editing. I would still like help editing if anyone out there has the know-how. Maybe. But yeah, it's just Texas roads just make zero sense to me. 0 cents. Just when I got back to California, just driving back from the airport, I was just like, wow, look, the roads feel complete. Feels like there's nothing missing. They make sense. As much as people complain about the roads, our roads in California are so much better. So much better. So much better. Like, what's cool, but you have to get used to it, is a lot of the, like, highways in Texas, they'll have these, like, roundabout loops that, like, you don't have to wait at the traffic light to make a U-turn kind of thing to go on the other side, which are cool when you get used to them, but they can trip you up. And then there's toll roads everywhere, and I accidentally got stuck on a toll road for, like, a quarter mile, so who knows what they're going to charge me, you know? But my job paid for the rental car, so I don't know if that's going to come back to bite me. Yeah, the toll roads are everywhere, which is stupid. The traffic lights are hanging on a string, you know, just swaying in the wind as a severe thunderstorm's coming in. The lines in the road are not painted well, if they're painted at all. It's bad. It's a big state. It's a big state, so I get it, right? I get it. But we're just a few blocks from the capital. You kids want to go ahead and finish painting the lines? You know? Boston, I've never been to Boston. A Fenway tour would be so fun. Yeah, the deal's worse and worse for everybody involved. Can't wait for you to get your gift. Well, I would try to get it the next few days, but you're leaving. You're gone. I don't like gifts, by the way. I don't like gifts. What else about Austin? What else? What else can we talk about? About Austin, Texas. And the road. You know, I always hear the Texas, like, police and state troopers are really swarming. I barely saw any of them. I was speeding the whole time. No, not really, but no, I didn't see him. What was funny is I got to the rent-a-car counter when I got there, and all they had left was like Dodge Rams and minivans. So I had to get a minivan. So I was rocking a minivan the whole trip. I wasn't going to pay like the gas for a Dodge Ram. I'm not hauling anything. Plus, I knew I was going to see my niece and stuff. I was like, minivan makes more sense. Maybe I'll have to drive some family around. I'm not much for Texas. Well, you like the Southwest. It's not too dissimilar, right? Have you been a few blocks from the SAC capital? Yeah, of course. But what I'm saying is the roads are actually, like, finished. You know? I thought you brought up Boston. The only reason I brought it up. Oh, I don't know. What did I say about Boston? Maybe I did. I know you don't like gifts, that's why I got you one, you jerk. Western Texas is boring. Yeah, I've never been to Western Texas, so I've been to all the big cities and like it drove in between. I found some cool abandoned stuff outside of Austin yesterday before my flight. I just drove by, I took some pictures. It was really cool, but I didn't have time to like film it. I had to get to the airport. Yeah, there's a lot of land out there. A lot of land out there. But, yeah, There's a lot of cool food places, which I really like. I think it's definitely easier out there to like start an establishment. You know, I know California, there's a lot of hurdles to that, which sucks. So because of that, there's a lot of cool food that's like, what's the word? Accessible, welcoming, down home, right? Because like I feel like in California, when you get like a restaurant, it's backed by some big restaurateur or like investment group, and it's more like trendy, upscale, trendy. We don't just have we don't have as many like down home, like, you know, family run food establishments, and you see those all over Texas, which I really like. I always wanted to try, and I wanted to do it this trip, and I never made time. But there's a burger spot that I've only seen in Austin, but there's a bunch of them. It's called P. Terry's. Let me see. Let me look this up. Is it only in Austin? Austin original since 2005. Okay. Yeah, look. I didn't get to try it though. America's top 15 favorite regional fast food chains. America's best burger chain. I guess I should have tried it. Ooh, banana pudding shake? Yeah, I should have tried it. I should have tried it. Anyways, they have these big signs. Some of the buildings are super cool. I should have tried it. I messed up. I messed up. Next time I'm in Austin, I'm going to P. Terry's. Going to P. Terry's. You can't stop me. Stars at night are big and bright. Clap, deep in the heart of Texas. Yeah, we sang that at the game, at the Rangers game. CMG, what up? So yeah, has anyone here had P. Terry's? I want to know. I want to know. I think the best meal I had was Snooze. Had like a chicken sausage scramble, hash browns. I'm getting hungry. My diet was not good in Texas. Not good. I did see the A's final score. Yes, the A's got some talent. They got some talent. They're doing better than the Giants. Better than the Giants, I'll tell you that much. Giants are not doing well. What else do I want to talk about? Oh man, I saw this dude on the plane. He had the biggest feet. Like his feet had to be like size 18s, man. He took up the whole aisle with his foot. It was crazy. Oh, you know what was also cool? At the Austin airport. So I had some time to kill. I got there a little bit early. So I had some time to kill. And first of all, security was a mess. There were so many rude people at the Austin airport. Some very kind people too. There was a very kind couple that moved one of their bags from the overhead, a backpack, and put it under their seat so that I could fit my bag. They were very, very nice. And I thanked them a whole bunch. And I asked if they needed help with anything. I wanted to pay it back, but they didn't need help with anything. But anyways, there were some really rude people too. But I was walking through the airport and I was just looking at all the menus. Austin Airport has some really cool food places. Really cool airport. So I'm like reading the menus as I go. And I see they have this whole section. It's like a bar, seating area. This is in the airport. Like a really cool themed bar. This big mural that says Texas. And then like a food truck actually parked in the airport. But it's like permanent. It's not, was it even a real truck or just a facade? I don't know. But it's like parked there. And it's covered in stickers, like all kinds of Austin, Texas stuff. So I look at the menu. Menu looks good, and then I see the name of it. Oh no! First, I look behind me on the wall. There's 2 jerseys. They say Campbell. One of them's a Houston Oilers jersey. Earl Campbell, right? So I'm like, that's cool. And I look at the name of the truck. Earl Campbell's Taco Truck. Something like that. Earl Campbell's. I'm like, you don't say. You don't say. And the menu looked good. So I got some sausage link tacos. They come in combos, right? 2 at a time. So I get one order, the sausage link tacos. And I asked the gal working there, it's like, so does Earl Campbell actually own this? She said, yeah. I was like, it's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. And yeah, get my tacos. I got a darn, it's also a Texas lemonade that like a little girl made. Oh, man, it's a lemonade. Very good. First of all, the sausage link though, it was just sausage links with some sauce. It was really good, and then like some shredded lettuce and stuff. I think it needs rice. So Earl Campbell, if you're in here, Earl Campbell, if you're in if you're in chat, just add like some rice or something like that with the sausage links, because otherwise it's just a tortilla of sausage links, and it wasn't enough variety, right? So Earl Campbell, if you're in chat, add rice. But no, it was really good, and I thought that was cool that I bought Earl Campbell's tacos. You know, Golden Knights lost to Dallas. The series, or just the game? So I was watching the Giants game. We lost. I watched the Bay FC game. They lost. Not that great. Oh, I watched the Cavs beat the Magic earlier. That series, I don't know. I feel like the way it got kind of ignored kind of sucks. It's like you got Donovan Mitchell, you got Banchero, right? I don't know why people ignore it so much. But whatever. What else? They got I don't want to talk about that. Yeah, I had Waffle House. Yup. Yep. Dude, my nephew is a menace. I stopped at 2 different Buc-ee's and they were jumping. Oh, I saw in the Bullock Museum, episode will be coming soon. They had a seat from the Astrodome and 2 seats from the old Texas Stadium. That was really cool. I was happy with that. I went to this cool toy store called Toy Joy. The whole building's bright pink. Yeah, man. It was cool. Texas was cool, but I'm glad to be back. Oh, Dallas won the series. Earl Campbell and his giant shoulder pads was a lot of fun. I mean, he's a little before my time, but I always loved watching his highlights. Let's see if I can find taco truck. Earl Campbell's food truck. Earl Campbell's tacos. Oh, Austin Airport posted it. Whoa, there's way less stickers. Look at this. Well, there's way less stickers on the food truck. Now it's like covered. Earl Campbell's tacos and Texas favorites. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, now it's like absolutely covered in stickers. That's cool. This is a few years ago. Yeah, so I definitely recommend if you ever go through the Austin airport. Oh, let me show this for now. Want to show something cool I just got. It came while I was gone, but I just went and grabbed it out of the mailbox today. One of my favorite YouTubers, one of the only YouTubers I watched, honestly, I don't watch too many YouTubers, put out a book. So I had to support, especially someone who's trying to make their own book. You know what I mean? Justin Scard's Tales from Random Land, Volume 1. This is, yeah, I'm excited to read about it. All kinds of tales from his road trips and whatnot. I think he's a YouTuber that's criminally underrated, and there's a lot of overlap in the content we do. He does a lot more like Disney stuff, a lot more not stuff because he lives near there. He's from there. But like on the road, we have very similar interests with stuff. I got a signed copy too, which is pretty cool. But yeah, I'm excited to read this. And I mentioned I'm working on a book too, so I thought it was cool that he put out a book, so I had to support. And I appreciate that he actually puts a lot of work into his videos too, unlike a lot of people who do, especially even the content I kind of do and he does. There's a lot of people who just pump out content and they just do it very low effort, simple, and just pump it out. But he actually kind of takes his time, right? Not to the level I do, because it's ridiculous how much like extra production I put into stuff, which is obviously holding me back. Um, he but he actually like researches and does a lot of really amazing things. And so his content is definitely a step up from most people's, production wise and whatnot. So I appreciate that. I appreciate another person that's like, doesn't just want to like pump out content, but wants to actually make it good, make it right. Which I think it definitely holds me back because I spend way too much time fine tuning and all that. But I just appreciate people that do that, and because of that, I think he's very underrated. And he's one of the first people that did like Disneyland content years ago and stuff, which is super cool. And yes, I always thought it would be cool to like collab with him one day, but he seems kind of weird about working with other YouTubers. But I met Adam the Woo, and maybe Adam the Woo would vouch for me. But because they're friends, by the way, they do a lot of videos together, or they used to. But yeah, so I definitely wanted to support that. So I thought that was cool, and hopefully one day I can finish my book. Me and my cousin were working on it, and it's been kind of on pause, waiting out some certain things. So we'll try to get back to it. Um, yeah, pretty cool. Shout out Justin Scard, one of the only YouTubers I like watching. Justin Scard and Gamer Athletics. It's my two favorites. Was I gonna show anything else? I don't know. Oh yeah, so I was gonna talk about like the tailgate trivia stuff I've done. Yeah, I've seen German in Venice. Just watched his content here and there. And there's also Scott on Tape. Scott on Tape actually asked to collab years ago, but he's way bigger now, and so I don't think he remembers me at all. But he does a lot of research too, which is cool. But I don't. Yeah, I don't watch that much YouTube in general, so I don't watch any of these people like all the time. Justin Scard's one of the only ones that I will watch every video pretty much. And again, he takes more time with it, so he's not putting out a video every day. What's also funny is, I think a few weeks ago I went on a rant kind of about like Disneyland stuff. He did a live stream signing these books, and he went on a similar rant. So I was like, "Hey man, I think we'd get along. We're cool. We'd be cool, because his rant was like very similar to mine. I think we have very similar thought processes on certain things. So yeah, I'm a fan for sure. Oh, so yeah, the tailgate trivia thing. Some people really enjoyed it. Some of the clips like did really well on TikTok and stuff, and I really enjoy doing it. The reason I haven't done more is that I need someone to help me film it. Like I can't do it by myself. And I don't always have someone that can go with me to a game or whatever and help me. Sometimes I go to a game and I can only afford one ticket, so I'll do it myself. Things like that. So that's the reason I haven't done more of that stuff. Although I want to, and I want to do more than just like Niner games. I want to do all kinds of games. Like I did the Sacramento Kings game, and my cousin went with me, so I had someone to help me film, right? I've wanted to do at a Warriors game and stuff. It's just finding people to help me. It has been difficult. But when I do those like trivia thing, it's really just trivia. It's like I'm trying to have fun. Like even I'm not a Kings fan, but I wasn't trying to like make them look stupid or silly. I was having fun. Like sports history and sports knowledge and stuff is supposed to be fun. You know what I mean? Like we're supposed to enjoy like so my point that I just wanted to bring up and rant a little about is like Justin does Star Wars content. He likes Star Wars, yeah. I mean, he did like Star Wars Galaxy and all that. And yeah, he's friends with Ordinary Adventures, who I talked to at the last Disneyland auction I went to. They were very, very kind. They were really nice. They actually like they didn't big league me or anything. They like were super kind and they talked to me and I wouldn't say we hung out, but like I was around them for a little while and they were super cool and we were chatting. And so Ordinary Adventures as people, super thumbs up. Their content, very good. I don't watch it all the time. I'll see it on my feed sometimes and check in. Really nice people. Really nice people. But anyways, yeah, I obviously my TikTok algorithm feeds me a whole bunch of sports stuff. And so I see a lot of these videos of people trying to make fan bases look stupid. Right? So I saw one that was like, it was Dallas Mavericks fans. I think it was outside a playoff game or something, right? And they were like interviewing the Mavericks fans. They're like, "Are you a diehard fan?" And of course they're all like, "Yeah," you know? And then they're like, "Where did Luka go to college?" Which is basically a trick question. And none of these people knew, right? Some of them made guesses. Most of them said, "I don't know." And they were trying to like make these fans look stupid. And it's like, why, if you're a diehard fan, you have to know where everyone went to college? Do I have to know their favorite breakfast cereal growing up? Look, you can, I don't know if I would call myself like a super fan, but obviously I have this reputation of being a sports guy and doing sports videos and sports history stuff. And there's plenty of things I don't know. Plenty of things. I don't know where most people went to college. I don't watch college sports very much. So I just hate that people gatekeep fandom with stuff like that. And try to make people look stupid. Casual fans are fine. You need casual fans. Not everyone needs to be who's the guy or the Schwab. You don't have to stump the Schwab. Right? R.I.P. He just passed away, by the way. I just know Jerry Rice caught bricks. Yeah, exactly. So, look, man, I hate those videos. I really hate those videos. Like, there's some people who are kind of big doing sports trivia on TikTok, and they're not trying to do that. They're like hyping people up. They're having fun. So I'm not talking about them, but so many times, and I would see this a lot. Like, this happened with the Warriors a lot, right? Because when you build a dynasty, you get a ton of casual bandwagon fans. But you need them. You need them. That's fine, right? And a lot of people would do these videos, you know? And they would try to trick people and make them look stupid so that they can basically laugh. Like, oh, see, Warriors fans or whoever fans are bandwagons. They're not real fans. Like, no, everyone's a real fan, man. Everyone's a real fan. People got to stop this gatekeeping of fandom and like, you're not a real fan unless you do this, unless you do that, unless you know this. Like, what? I got to open the newspaper every day and read all the stats and memorize them or I'm not a real fan? Get out of here. Denver Broncos legend Jerry Rice. What's up, man? Feel similar about people that go to BYU and interview students just to laugh at them. Oh, I saw those too. I just like there's a way to do stuff like that can be funny, but just making people like look or feel stupid about being into something because they're not into it as much as some other diehard fan is just weird, man. Like, let people enjoy things the way they want to enjoy them. And this is coming from someone who has ranted at it. Bothers me that, like, you know, especially come playoff time, there's a lot less of the actual fans. There's a lot more casual fans, and that annoys me. I wish that didn't, you know, I wish it wasn't like that. I wish what you would call the real fans could attend, you know, the big games too, but they can't. And the Chase Center, you know, the crowd sucks a lot of times because there's too many casuals. There's too many bandwagoners. You need a balance. You need a balance. But people should be accepted and not made fun of for being into something. But, you know, the people who know all the stats and know the ins and outs of everything, like, yeah, I think they definitely deserve, you know, to be at, you know, big games and things like that. And a lot of times they're pushed out, which that's a different argument though. That's a kind of a classism argument. And that sucks. But I don't know. Don't try to make people look stupid because they, you know, they don't know, you know, what someone averaged, how many rebounds they averaged in college or whatever. Why do I always get too close to the camera? Comedic effect. When I'm going to say something silly or in a silly way, I get too close. I move around a lot. I fidget. I'm a fidgeter. But yeah, I don't know. I hate those videos, man. I hate those videos. Like, so, I don't know. I gotta find a way. Like, I want to do the trivia and the interviews of people. I want to do that, like, everywhere. But I don't want people to see if I go do it somewhere, they think I'm trying to, like, get a gotcha moment. Or I'm trying to, like, you know, I'm not. Maybe I'll do that to Dodgers fans. I don't know, you know, I don't know. But otherwise, like, no, I'm trying to just enjoy, like, the history of the sport and whatnot. But doing this litmus test for fandom is just, that's whack. That's whack. Shot Simple, what's up, man? Yeah, man. Stop gatekeeping fandom. Let people enjoy being a fan the way they want to enjoy it. They don't need to study, okay? They don't need to study the stats. They don't need to know what high school and college every player went to. That's bonus. That's all bonus stuff. I think I've mentioned this before. This is the way I see fandom, okay? What's up, Jake? Had a very rough day today. Thought my puppy was sick, but she's okay. That's good. That's good to hear. Sorry you had a rough day, though. And salute to the pup, you know? Salute to the pup. Life of CMG. How many CMGs are there? I knew the answer to that, Mitchell, obviously, and I'm drawing a blank. I can't remember. I remember him tying it. Now I cannot remember who it was. Was it Adrian Peterson? I don't remember. I'm a fake fan. What was I gonna say? I forgot what I was gonna say. I know more useless movie quotes than sports stats. Oh, it was Mostert. That's crazy. My brain does not work anymore. I'm bad at movie quotes, and I want to be good at movie quotes. So that's salute to Athena. Yeah, I want to know because like there'll be a movie quotes I really like, and then I can't remember them at the right time. Yeah, I forgot what I was saying about fans. Oh, the way I look at fandom, is like everyone. If you're a fan, you can be a fan however you want to be a fan, right? That's the foundation. If you decide that you're a fan of something, let's just stick to sports. If you're a fan of a sports team, that's it. That can be the only argument if you want. But, but, getting too close to the camera, CMG, don't freak out. But, certain things that you do or you've witnessed or you've experienced or certain ways you go about that fandom, you get like merit badges, right? These are spiritual merit badges. So, as a Niner fan, if you got to see them play at Kezar Stadium, you got a Kezar Stadium merit badge, you know? I don't have that one. That's a really cool merit badge to have. I don't have it. If you saw them at Candlestick, that's a merit badge you get to have. If you went to the final game at Candlestick, that's a merit badge you get to have. If you went to a Giants summer camp, that's a merit badge you get to have. If you waited outside Candlestick Park for the players to leave to try to get autographs, that's a merit badge you get to have, right? If you went to a 49ers fan fest at Candlestick like I did, and you kicked a field goal, that's a merit badge you get to have. If you made it, that's an extra merit badge you get to have. I did both. I got both those merit badges, right? If you're a season ticket holder, that's a merit badge you get to have. If you were ever a season ticket holder, past, that's a merit badge, right? If you know one of the players, if a buddy you grew up with goes to the league, that's a merit badge you get to have. And then they're playing on your team, it's a merit badge you get to have. Did you win a fan contest? You got to go on the field before the game. That's a merit badge you get to have, right? If you're like Shot Simple, right? He's from Australia. If you're from Australia and you're like the first, I was 9 years old and I turned on the telly. Do you guys say that, or is that UK? Turned it on, and the first NFL game you ever saw was this team or whatever, and you're like, so that was my team because I thought their uniforms were cool. That's a merit badge that you get to have, right? So that's the way I see fandom. So yes, some of us have a lot more merit badges. There's a lot of people who have more merit badges than I do when it comes to whichever team I like, right? But we're all fans. That's the way I see it. Let's not go Dodgers. They have 0 merit badges. You have an anti-merit badge by being a Dodgers fan. It's more like no, I'm not even going to say that. I was going to make a terrible, terrible joke. And I was going to get close to the camera to do it, CMG. I do not want any Dodgers merit badges. Except for I've been to Dodger Stadium. That's a merit badge, right? That's a merit badge. Shot Simple. What happened? When I say welcome to Cool Kid, is that a level? Shot Simple's the best, everybody. Everyone clap it up. Have you heard the diss tracks? Yes, I have. Actually, Drake dropped one like an hour before I went live, and I did listen to it. I am a hip hop head. You want to talk about that? We want to talk about Drake and Kendrick, and Rick Ross and Metro and Future, and who else is involved? The Weeknd, A$AP Rocky. So my bias is towards Kendrick. Not only is he from the West Coast, but I respect his art more than Drake's. But I love Drake's music. I really do. But I have qualms about him as a person. But I love his music. Just renew my membership. Shot simple, everybody. Chris Brown. Yep, Chris Brown. What's up, CJ? Yeah, so my bias is to Kendrick. I loved Like That. So the kind of the verse that kicked this off on the Metro Boomin album. I love that verse. Love that song. And then Push Ups by Drake was okay. The first couple Kendrick tracks, they were okay. Again, I think Kendrick kind of has the moral high ground. Would you say, or like the artistry high ground? And kind of what he's saying is true. Like Drake's whole persona isn't really that authentic, right? But I love his music. I really do. But the first couple Drake or Kendrick songs just they didn't have a lot of replay value to me. I was like, meh. And then Drake dropped what did he call it? Family Matters. And I think that's a really it's like 3 songs really in one. I thought that was really good. Really good. Like I would replay that song. Had a lot of good shots, a lot of good jokes, some dumb stuff too, but like I thought that was really good. And then Kendrick dropped the Grams, Meet the Grams, which had a lot of good shots, but like it was just kind of a boring song, honestly. I wasn't that into it. But then he dropped Not Like Us, and that's a bop. So I think Kendrick is taking this, and I feel like Family Matters by Drake would have ended most other people. But Kendrick sliced him up. And then this song that Drake put out today, super mid. Super mid. It's probably the worst song of the whole debacle, honestly. It's bad. It's bad. It's boring. It's super defensive. Not a good look. So yeah, I think Family Matters would have knocked out a lot of artists because it is just such a good song. And yeah, but like Kendrick, Not Like Us, just kind of took it. Jolly Rogers. So the story of how I became a Warriors fan is very much like what you were talking about. We call it the telly. It is called the telly. Look at that, man. I am cultured. I am super cultured. I am cultured. Speaking of, look, I always like this shirt. Latrell Sprewell, Tim Hardaway. Would we only get 1 season of them, I think? Before Hardaway ended up on the Heat. Artists who want to spoof Drake's diss track. Oh, I haven't heard that. Drake is only famous for being a meme. I mean, I think Drake makes really good music. I really do. It's very immature music, but I think it's good. For what it is, I think it's good. Turn on the telly and the NBA Finals were on. Warriors were down 2-1 to the Cavs, and this babyface killer is pulling everyone's pants down. And I hated LeBron, so I chose the Warriors. We love to see it. We love to see it. Drake doesn't write his stuff. Game over. I mean, yeah, that's that too. I'm staring into your soul. All right. I hope you enjoy it in there. It's a wild ride. Don't get lost. Then I want to watch them go 24 straight. Oh, that was fun. Oh, those were fun times. It'll probably never be that good again. I hope you guys enjoyed the golden age of Warriors basketball. How do you feel about people having multiple favorite teams in the same league? So, I don't agree with it. But again, I can't gatekeep fandom. Right? That's the way I feel about all of this. And like I said, my niece isn't sure if she's a Rangers or a Padres fan because she's from San Diego, but now she lives not too far from the Rangers. I can't tell her who to be a fan of. Like if it was up to me, she'd be a Padres fan because she's from San Diego, right? But she never really was into baseball anyway. So what if she really gets into baseball now? The Rangers just won the World Series. It's hyped. The fans are. It's a good fan base. Rangers got a good fan base too. Maybe she gets caught up in that and she wants to be a Rangers fan. It's not, it's not up to me. But yeah, if in my opinion, you shouldn't have multiple favorite teams like that. But again, when like the 49ers sucked, I kind of would choose a team to just kind of like root for the time being. I wasn't a fan. I didn't buy jerseys. I didn't do all that. But like I would just, it gave me something fun to watch and like want a team to win. So like the mid 2000s Eagles, when the Niners sucked, I really enjoyed those teams. McNabb was one of my favorite players, right? So if they played the Niners, I'm rooting for the Niners, even if we're 2-14. But when the Eagles are playing the Patriots, I'm pulling for the Eagles. You know what I mean? And same thing when the Warriors sucked. There were certain teams like the Timberwolves. I was pulling for them in the 04 playoffs, and I feel like the referees screwed them against the Lakers. But to say both of these teams are my favorites, yeah, that's a little weird. LeBron going to Warriors, I hope not. Please no LeBron. Please no LeBron. Please no LeBron. Oh, I would be so upset. I would be so upset if LeBron somehow makes it to the Warriors. I don't want KD back either. I don't want any of them. I don't want any of them. Let the young guys cook. I say that liking teams in the same league is okay as long as they're not in the same division. I mean, it's whatever. It's whatever you choose to be a fan of, you can be a fan of. It's not for anyone to gatekeep it. And like, yeah, I think it's weird, but I'm just some guy talking into a mic. You know what I mean? Rooted for the Bucks in the early 2000s. Buccaneers or Pirates? Yeah, I was like in the Super Bowl, I was neutral because it would have been cool to see the Raiders win just because I'm from the Bay. And back then I didn't. There was a lot less like 49er Raiders hatred. That's kind of when it started bubbling, honestly. Like there wasn't, because they were in LA for a long time, and I don't know, it's just I never felt it until like the 2000s is when it started getting more like Raiders and Niners hating each other. So at the time, I didn't really care about the Raiders that much like that. They didn't bother me. So I was like, oh, it'd be cool if they win because I really liked Woodson, of course. Like, I didn't really want them to win with Jerry Rice because I was hating a little bit. But I was like, man, it's the Bay. I love the Bay. But then, yeah, I like the Buccaneers too. Their defense obviously was incredible. So the Buccaneers were a lot of fun to watch. Yeah. Please, yes, LeBron. No, LeBron. No, LeBron. No, LeBron. You made your bed, LeBron. Lie in it. You're a Los Angeles Laker. Just let the basketball chef cook. Steph? So I'm maintaining the NBA and MLB, Warriors and Padres, but I tend to have a second team. They're both from opposing conferences. Yeah, that makes sense. Like I always thought, like the A's in the American League, I'm a root for the A's. I'm not an A's fan, I would say, but like an A's supporter, right? And the thing is, a lot of people like don't understand too. Like I'll wear hats and stuff of like all kinds of teams. I'll wear jerseys of all kinds of teams. I got a Kansas City Royals Bo Jackson jersey. Like I'm not a Royals fan, but I'll wear that, right? The only things I won't wear any Dodger stuff, which sucks because I would love to have some Jackie Robinson stuff, right? But I can't do it. Like if I found like a Jackie Robinson, like I don't know, some other jersey from a minor league team or something, maybe. Um, but I won't wear any Dodger stuff. I won't wear any Lakers stuff. I might wear a throwback like Minneapolis, the blue jersey. If I had one, I might wear that, but maybe not. Probably not. And I probably wouldn't wear any Yankee stuff. And unlikely I'd wear any Red Sox stuff, but the right like hat or like a throwback jersey given to me, like gifted to me, I might wear, but otherwise no. Oh, and Cowboys. I won't wear any Cowboy stuff. Will not. I've always hated the Traders, especially when Lott and Craig defected. Yeah, that sucked. We don't want LeBron because that means we have to get Bronny too. For real. You kind of root for them Broncos or Rockies fans, so I'd be miserable if I didn't watch anyone else. Yeah, exactly. You know, like if my team's out of it, I kind of like when the playoffs start, especially, I'll kind of just choose a team, be like, I'm gonna root for them for this playoff run or whatever. Like in baseball, I'm usually just rooting for whoever's playing the Dodgers. But like basketball, usually I'll choose a team to kind of rock with. I'm kind of conflicted this year though. I don't really know who I'd want to see win in the NBA this year. Probably leaning towards Knicks. I really like Anthony Edwards, but I can't stand Gobert and Cat. So I don't. And it sucks. I've always wanted to see the Timberwolves win. I've always wanted to see them win, but it's like not with Gobert and Cat, you know. But I mean, if they do, it's all good. You know, there's a lot of young teams that would be fun to see win it all. But yeah. Yes, I did. Won't wear yellow anything. Interesting. Our Dodgers jersey with 30 on the back. That's in homage to the Sandlot and Benny the Jet Rodriguez. Yeah, that's cool because the Sandlot's one of my favorite movies. Broke my heart that Benny went to the Dodgers. That is cool. But yeah, I wouldn't wear it. Why you? I'm a Cowboys fan. All right, well, wear your Cowboys gear. I won't do it. Is this your year? I hope that's to the Cowboys fans. Winning would do silly things to Cat's ego. I have a mutual friend with him, actually. I think he's a good dude. He's a good dude outside, from what I know. But I just, on the court, he irritates me. Sort of like LeBron. I think LeBron's a good dude. I really do. Great father. But the way he plays a character and caters to his ego in the basketball world is really annoying. And the antics and the crying and the lying and the building of narratives and pretending to be hurt when things are going bad and things like that really, really bother me. Of course, it's directed towards Cowboys fans. But yeah, man. Fans can be fans. Now, can we poke fun? Sure. But I feel like some of those videos are just a little too negative and a little too like, look at these idiots, instead of like being silly, you know? So like, if I ever do that, or like the Kings fans, when the Kings fans got the questions wrong that I asked them, I didn't try to make them look stupid. I would tell them like, yeah, this is a hard one. Right? Like, I don't know. We're not all savants, experts, you know? What's your opinion on Caitlin Clark? She's incredible, man. Actually, her WNBA debut was in Arlington, and I had just left Arlington, and I was like, man, I wish I was still there, and I wish I wasn't broke. That would have been super cool to see. She's incredible, man. She's incredible. Like, I don't know, I don't want to overdo it. But I feel like, I guess I can say it like she's one of the ones where it just feels like a step up. immediate step up where it's like, oh, the game's going to be a little different going forward. That's what it feels like. Sort of like, I mean, not Jordan when he first hit the league, but a few years in when it was like, oh, whoa, this kid's capable of everything. Like, and it just felt like, oh, this people are going to have to step it up to compete. Yeah, she's incredible. And Cowboys know Trey Lance sucks. They declined his 5th-year option. I saw that, man. I feel bad for Trey. I really do. You know, I saw the writing on the wall personally. I didn't think much of the pick, which always sucks to say, but it'd be cool if you could figure it out, turn it around. If not, go play in the UFL, buddy. UFL's hiring. They'll take him in a moment. Actually, UFL, I talk about it in the video, the Globe Life Field video, but the UFL stadium is right next door. It's the old Rangers ballpark. Globe Life Park, or the ballpark in Arlington, is now Choctaw Stadium, and the UFL plays there. How cool is that? How cool is that they didn't just tear it down? They're actually using it. So I droned it, and it's crazy to see a football field out there. And then what is the San Antonio team, I believe, is playing at the Alamo Dome still. So that's pretty cool too. I got to watch more UFL. I watched a couple a few weeks ago, and I haven't been able to watch any more, but I would like to. Definitely would like to. What else is going on, kids? Huh? What else is going on out there? I'm excited for Disneyland. I got some custom shoes for me and my niece. She wanted me to re-dye my hair, so it's bleached right now. Some of it, not all of it. Some of it's kind of bleached right now. Yeah. Then I must in the exchange. Watch that kid take Cherry Brown's spot by year end. Huh? Do you reckon the Ant and MJ comparisons having weight to them? How it's like the actual like he's his son thing? I saw those conspiracy theories. I saw those about Jimmy Butler also though. Are you just saying like their games and stuff? Like, because I always see the conspiracies that he's his son, and then yeah, there was always the Jimmy Butler one too. I mean, Ant definitely. I mean, he plays like Jordan. He's got the same kind of killer instinct, which is funny too, because like I love seeing Ant play the way he plays, but also like that was one of the criticisms before he was drafted was like, does he even care about winning? So to now see the fire in him is pretty cool. But yeah, there's obviously a lot of Jordan influence in his game for sure. You need to stop comparing Jordan to anyone. Jordan is Jordan. Nobody will be the next Jordan. Yeah, the difference between someone like Ant and Jordan is like Jordan was the first to put it all together, and that's what made him special. He was the first to just elevate to that level. Like the NBA before Jordan, like if you just watch it, it looks more choreographed. You know what I mean? Like everyone knew their spots, their roles, and whatever, and he just blew through the walls. The whatever hurdles or walls were up, he just blew through it, and he put together multiple people's games. You know, like the only thing, you know, before there was good scorers, there's people like Dr. J, who you know were high flyers and could basically just drive to the basket. But to have like the perimeter game, the defense, like to put it all together and just be this force that is just everywhere on the court hadn't really been done. And And obviously now that's an archetype that you see all over the place. Usually the defense is lacking nowadays, though, unfortunately. And a lot more perimeter play, obviously, with, you see someone like Luka, it's kind of swung far away from like MJ, although he's obviously a killer when it comes to scoring. Have you seen any of the Brittany Griner stuff about her experience in Russia? I feel awful for her. That's nightmare stuff. I did back when it broke. I don't know if anything else came out, but yeah, I'm sure they treated her like absolute crud. That was such a weird thing, right? That was such a weird thing. That whole situation. But I'm glad she's back doing her thing. I remember them questioning if basketball is even his number one sport. Yeah. And now he's a killer out there, so that's cool. Dominique Wilkins was before Jordan. Nobody cares Jordan to him. Dominique was also just not as well rounded though. Yeah, he was a high flyer. He could score. He could cut. But Jordan did everything on the court, and that was just something that just really wasn't seen. And then the competitiveness, it just, if you watch right before Jordan, it just looks like a different game. It's sort of like if you watch before Steph, you're gonna see how many 3-point shots a game, maybe 10, right? There's a big NYT interview with her that came out this week. Oh, I didn't see that. I'll be interested to read that. Yeah, that's cool to hear. Not cool. The situation's not cool, but it's cool that there's an article. I'm gonna check that out. Yeah, no, Jordan elevated the whole game so much in every aspect. And this is the thing too. I'm totally aware that there was a giant propaganda machine behind Michael Jordan. But the thing is he never let it down, like let the propaganda down. Like he played to it. And that's what's annoying about LeBron, because he has another huge propaganda machine behind him. But then his fans they've drank the Kool-Aid, so they don't even care. But like, pretending to be injured when he thinks his team is out of it, walking off the court early, giving up on his team, sitting on the bench and slouching, throwing coach after coach after coach under the bus. It's been like 8 coaches he's gotten fired. Yeah, he doesn't play into the propaganda. The propaganda digs him out of a hole, whereas Jordan played to it. Like, it was like this guy is a god on the court, and then he would go out and be a god on the court. You know what I mean? And like, I was young, but I watched Jordan play, so I'm not just, a lot of people base things on highlights only because that's all they see, I will actually go back and watch like old games and put on the broadcast and watch it like that. Actually, like MLB TV, I think, had like a archive of old baseball games. I was watching like old Nolan Ryan games and stuff, which is really cool. But a lot of people, like I talked about this a long time ago about like Joe Montana. It's like fans just think Joe Montana was just every play first down, every play touchdown. It's like, no, he made a lot of mistakes too. He's human. They all do. And so when they compare someone like Brock Purdy or a new player, whoever, to an all-time great, they're comparing real time what's happening versus highlights. You can't do that. It's like what people do with comparing themselves to other people on Instagram. Like, you're only seeing their highlights. Larry Bird will forever be underrated because white. Yeah, I don't know. I think he's definitely underrated to younger people, but I don't think he was underrated to the people that watched him in that era. I think nowadays he's definitely underrated, though. I agree with that. Yeah, Larry Bird was also a menace around the court. That's kind of the thing. Jordan took that. Jordan took Larry Bird's hustle and awareness, court awareness, put that with, Dominique and Dr. J's ability to like drive and high fly. Took Magic's court vision. Grades make the game look easy no matter what sport. Yeah, that's true. They definitely do. Yeah, baseball stuff I was just going to touch on. Like, I'm really sad to report. I'm really sad. I'm so sad I don't even want to say it out loud. But I'm not going to be able to go to the Rickwood Field game in Alabama. I've been planning on going since they announced it like a year ago. Like, to me, I was like, there's nothing that's going to stop me from going to that game. That's how I felt. I'm so sad. I'm so sad about it. The FOMO is going to hit me like a truck. So first of all, they didn't announce how tickets were going to work for the longest. Like, I was literally ready to buy tickets, book a flight, book a hotel last year. I was trying to. I kept looking it up. And there was no information. Like, even when tickets started going on sale for the season, that day was grayed out. For the Cardinals, for the Giants, everywhere I looked, you couldn't buy tickets. They finally announced a few weeks ago that tickets were going on sale, but you had to be an Alabama resident to buy tickets. I'm not upset with that. That makes sense to me. Alabama deserves at least first shot at the tickets at the very least. That would suck to be an Alabama resident, live in Birmingham, and not be able to go to the game. But I just wanted one ticket. I just wanted one. Let little old me squeeze in there, And so I was hoping, well, maybe I can get a resale ticket. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But first of all, this Disneyland trip is killing me financially. I'm hurting. And then I looked at the resale tickets, like $4,000 a ticket. That said, I will not be at the Birmingham Rickwood Field game. And I am going to be very sad. I'm still going to be wearing my Birmingham Black Barons stuff. I'm still going to be wearing my stuff. But I won't be at the game. And that's going to make me very sad. That was a big plan of mine this year. And yeah, that's a bummer. Luckily, I just did the Globe Life Field video, and I'll do the Angels game at the end of the month. So I'll still have some new baseball content, but that was going to be a big one. I was so excited for it. I was going to go through all the history. I was going to do it big. And so yeah, I'm really bummed. But yeah, unless some rich guy has a ticket, wants to give me a ticket. Anyone in chat from Birmingham? Yeah. Maybe I can make one of those games someday. I wanted to go to the Field of Dreams game. Too expensive. Wanted to go to this one, too expensive. Who knows what they'll do next year, but Willie Mays' birthday is in a few hours. He's going to be, 92, 93, something like that. He's not going to be around much longer. And he's probably going to be at that game. And, yeah, I'm very sad about that. That was some incredible history that I was hoping to cover. Also, I am fundraising, so I am selling my Sony A7 III It's still in good condition. I'm selling that. And I'm selling my DJI Air 2S. This is also in good condition. But as you guys know, I just recently got the Mavic Pro 3. So this one's kind of, I don't really need it anymore. I did want to keep it for its small stature. Definitely would have helped me going through the airport with this heavy drone. This one's very light, very small. I am selling it. If anyone wants a drone or a camera. Sony a7 III, really nice camera, but I have the 4 now, so I don't need the 3. I was keeping it as a B cam, but nothing's come up in since I've got the other one. Nothing's come up. You know, the only thing is the mic input, as I told you guys, is broken, but you can use the Sony mic with the hot shoes, so you can get around that, which I didn't realize until I bought the other camera. I was like, oh, well, I didn't need to spend all this money. But yeah, if you want a Sony a7 III, you know, selling it. Field of Dreams games looks dope. Yeah, man. I wish I could go. What's up, Ruben? So yes, I'm fundraising. You can go to the variety show, Etsy, and buy some prints, or buy a camera. Anything else? I'm selling everything. You guys see anything you like? I'm selling it. I don't want to sell any of this stuff. Yeah, and anyone knows, like, where's a good place to sell a camera? I was gonna just do Facebook Marketplace, but like I think it's a ton of scammers and stuff like that. OfferUp, is that a bunch of scammers too? I feel like everything's scammers now. Is there a place on the internet that's not full of scammers? I don't know. Anyways, what else? What else is going on? The A3 sell for over there. I think the body itself is like 1,500. Like new. So I don't know. I'll sell it for like 1,000. The mic? This mic is super cheap. eBay? I can sell a used camera on eBay? I guess I can. I don't know why I didn't think of eBay. But yeah, that's a good idea, actually. I'll probably throw it on eBay. Yeah, I don't know. If you're talking about this mic is super cheap on Amazon. This is like $50 or something, so not a lot. So I don't need to sell this. I wouldn't make my money back. I mean, it wouldn't even be worth shipping at that point. You know? What else is going on out there? Drake had a Mac Dre bobblehead in his video. Ricky Henderson played for the Padres. Mason Black will make his MLB debut tomorrow. Make sure to tune in. Yeah. I still need to think of stuff to film for Disneyland. I wish I knew how to paint. I'm just scrolling, looking at random things. I'm having a stream of consciousness. Yeah, I don't know what else is up. I don't know. Watch the eBay fees, though. Yeah, I'll check that. How much for the house? This is an apartment, man. You going to start selling them feet pics? Bro, I do have nice feet. I'm not going to lie. If there was a market, I don't think there's a market, though. There's too many free feet out there, right? People don't really pay for feet pics, do they? I think that's just a meme. Maybe they do. I don't know. If anyone knows, I'll sell feet pics. I will sell feet pics right now. My feet are beautiful. My feet are beautiful. So your farts in a jar on Twitch. Do people do that? I see girls doing that. I mean, it would be a lot easier if I was somebody, but I'm not, you know. But yeah, check out I'll be shameless right now. Variety show prints. Get your prints. It's my favorite new one. No one has bought this yet. Oracle Park print. That one's cool. Got the Oakland Coliseum. These are all original too. These are all photos I took. You know, the Oakland Coliseum print. I got Byron Hotel print. Candlestick is definitely one of the best ones. Candlestick on its last day. I always like this print. You know, check it out. Check it out. Some cool stuff on there. Some cool stuff. I know a guy. No, I know foot fetishes are real. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, is there really a market to sell feet pics? Like, you know, like, isn't there so much free content out there? Like, I could see from like a hot girl, right? I don't know. Go Seahawks, he says. Or they say, a person says. Nah. Are all prints $14.99? I think so. Or at least around there. Oh, one's $15.99. Some are $15.99. I think it's a different size or something. I don't know. I don't know enough about it. No, most of them are $15.99. I think I put some of the older ones are $14.99. Did I put a sale? I don't know. I should probably adjust that and make it all match. Got the Alamo Dome on there. I got Coit Tower and Alcatraz. You know? This is pretty cool too. This is a magnet with Byron Hotel, and I got a magnet with Oakland Coliseum. I need to I didn't take any of these photos with like prints in mind. So now I'm taking more photos with prints in mind, sort of like the Oracle Park one. That I had that in mind, like, oh, this would be a cool print, you know. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna fill the shop up with more stuff that's like more in tune with that. I don't know. So I need to make a website and sell some of my images too. The stock images was on I think it automatically generated them on Printify. Let's try and get one. Support Dylan. Thank you, man. Don't force yourself though. If you like a print, you can get one. But do not force yourself to get a print. You know what I mean? But I'm trying to give things that people enjoy, right? So that they'd want them. That's my name. A person is your name, or Go Seahawks is your name? I don't know what else to talk about, kids. I'm back in California. I'll be in Southern California in a few weeks. I will not be in Alabama, which is really sad. Oh, they're finally tearing down RFK Stadium also. So the permit was unpaused, and so I will not be able to make it to RFK. That's another thing that's going to kill me. I was trying to go to DC. I told you guys I was going to go do a video on RFK Stadium, but it's too late. So, yeah. A lot of fails. I have a friend that just bought a house, and that candlestick one would be perfect. Housewarming gift. Absolutely. Yeah, so shout out Justin Scard. Can't wait to read this book. Can't wait to someday finish my book. What else we got here? I don't know. I'm grasping at straws here, kids. I don't know what's going on. Which ballpark did you end up going to? I went to Globe Life. Oh, I showed these images earlier. Me and my niece at Globe Life, so she will be in it. She got to run the bases, so we got to go on the field. And yeah. So this video will be out in a couple days. Hopefully Tuesday. I'm going to try to finish it tonight and tomorrow. To put out Tuesday. Hopefully. Awesome ballpark. Loved it. It's true that people in California don't call it Cali and only call it California. Some people have called it Cali, but it's not used very much. And some people have started looking down on it. Only people, yeah. It's mostly people from outside of California. Yeah. Goodbye, CMG. How was that ballpark? It was great. It was fantastic. Loved it. Sometimes call it Cal, and yes, people from other states say Cali. Speaking of, I touched on it in this video, but I just want you guys to know. Chuck Morgan, he's a longtime PA announcer for the Rangers. He has a whole plush office, a plush, beautiful office that you can walk by and you can look into it and see him working, doing his thing. The office is beautiful. It's covered in Texas Rangers memorabilia. Right outside his office is a collection, cases full of memorabilia, all the way back to Arlington Stadium. Three stadiums ago or two? Would you say 2 stadiums ago, I guess? Back when the Rangers were a new thing, right? All kinds of cool memorabilia, bobbleheads, autographs, photos. There's a light panel from the old Arlington Stadium scoreboard. I think there's a base. Was there a base in there? I don't know. There's all kinds of cool stuff in there. And it's all dedicated to Chuck Morgan, longtime PA announcer. And it just made it hit harder that the Giants did Rennell so dirty. It's like you've seen the Rangers embrace their PA announcer. He's part of the team. He's part of the culture. And the Giants just dismissed Rennell. Shame. Be more like the Texas Rangers teams out there. Embrace the culture makers. Embrace the icons and the figures that you have. Don't take them for granted. And treat people well. Okay? Chuck Morgan deserves it. Rennell deserved it. Alright? The video will be out in a couple days. Nobody in SoCal says hella. I mean, some people do because it got trendy, but, you know. Did I get any food? Yeah, I got these mozzarella garlic twists or something. They weren't that great. And I was super broke. So I could only really get one thing, and I swung and missed. There's a lot of food options there, though. Tons of food options. And what I wanted to find, but I didn't get to see it, unfortunately. I was trying to find someone with it so I could just get a shot of it. But they have this thing, what do they call it? The boomstick or the stick, or something like that. It's like a giant tray, a long tray with a handle in the middle. And it's got like 4 or 5 different things. So it's got like a big old hot dog, something like, so you carry this stick around. Almost like a, like pool cues, like a case of pool cues. But yeah, I struck out. I swung and missed with what I got. It wouldn't have been bad, but it felt like it was sitting out for a while, so it didn't feel fresh. It didn't feel warm and gooey like you want mozzarella garlic knots to taste, you know what I mean? What's up, Jamie? Happy Sunday evening. So yeah, overall, Texas, I turned it around. The first week, immense failure on my part. I didn't film anything. Nothing. I was too tired. I was working overnights. I just didn't have it in me. I told you guys last week, I went and surprised my family, my sister's house, my niece, my nephew. My nephew's a menace, absolute menace. And my sister's fiance. Stayed with them, and then me and my niece went to the ball game. And luckily, going to the ball game with her and filming got me back in that mode. Got me back in the mode. So then I filmed 2 more things with my limited time out there. I forced myself to stay up. I did the Bullock Museum and I did the Museum of the Weird, which is awesome. And man, I had such a cool video to do in Austin, and I looked it up. It wasn't really worth doing. Maybe I could have done a short version just to have something. Maybe I should have. But there's a place called Onion Creek. So there's a neighborhood called Onion Creek. It was a subdivision in Austin. And it was built in a flood area, but they thought it was like a 25-year cycle of flooding. But it ended up being a lot worse than they expected. So this whole neighborhood was condemned, but they left the streets there and stuff. So they call it the Ghost Streets of Onion Creek. So I was going to do a whole video about the ghost streets of Onion Creek and go there and walk around and tell the whole story. But it turns out that pretty much all the buildings a few years ago were demolished, and it's just the streets there, and they kind of made it a park. So I think there's even picnic tables out there. It's just not the creepy place that I thought it was going to be. So this is it on Atlas Obscura. So I thought there was going to be some of these abandoned houses like this. Very, very creepy vibe. But I guess all the houses are gone. So that was a bummer. I was really excited to do this video. I thought it would have been a lot of fun. But yeah, they pretty much demolished everything. So it doesn't look like this anymore. So I was kind of like, man, what? I was planning on doing that video for 3 days. And then I was like, oh, wait. When I went to research it more, I was like, it's all gone. It's all gone. So I had to scramble, and luckily I found the Museum of the Weird. And they were really cool. They totally were down for people, taking pictures and recording and stuff. Really friendly, and a really just cool collection of oddities and curiosities. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't get the boomstick, man. It's, first of all, I was super broke. And it's a lot of food, man. It's a lot of food. You need 4 or 5 people to eat all that food, So yeah, I didn't get it. I was hoping to at least see it, and I didn't see it anywhere. And I didn't get a good shot of it, but there's some people that had the helmet nachos, or was it ice cream? I think it was helmet nachos. And it was cool because it was powder blue helmets. Those were cool. And I totally forgot to say this. It's not here. I totally forgot to say this in the episode, but I will say it now if I haven't said this before. How much is the boomstick? I think it's a lot. I think it's at least $50. I could be wrong on that though. Anyways, so me and my brother, you guys may remember, we did an episode at Globe Life Park years ago. 2018 or 2019, before they moved to this ballpark. And if you remember from the video, it was freezing cold. Now, the irony or the humor with that is the fact that they had just broke ground on what became Globe Life Field at the time. And they literally built a new ballpark. Globe Life Park wasn't that old. And it was a great ballpark. But the reason they replaced it so soon is to do an indoor ballpark with a retractable roof because Texas gets too hot. And then me and Cole, with our dumb faces, show up, and it's freezing cold. It was so cold that they didn't do batting practice. It was freezing. At one point on the video board, they showed that scene from A Christmas Story where the kid gets his tongue stuck to the pole. They showed that on the big screen, and they put the text like somewhere in Arlington. It was super cold. So because it was so cold, I didn't get my typical beverage like soda. And I collect souvenir cups. I try to get, because usually I want something to drink anyways, and it's a souvenir I get to keep from whatever stadium or arena, right? It's a cheaper souvenir than a lot of the other stuff. So, you know, like I got this Oakland A's cup, right? I have a whole collection of souvenir cups. I forgot to get one from Globe Life Park. And the ballpark was going away. They're going to shut its doors at some point, right? So I was like, oh no, I didn't get one. So I went to the internet and I asked people out there, hey friends, I went to your ballpark. I enjoyed it. I did this video. Can I pay anyone to get me a souvenir cup and send it to me? I found a guy who said, yeah, no problem. I'll get you a cup. I gave him my address. I was like, dude, let me know how much. He's like, don't worry about it. I'm like, nah, dude, I'll send you money. Don't worry about it. So some time goes by and I get a box in the mail. It's a big box. Bigger than is needed for a cup. Right? And hold on, do I have? Oh yeah, I have this. I have showed you guys this before, actually. I probably told this story. But I open up the box and there's a souvenir cup, Texas Rangers cup. I was a little bummed because the cup didn't say Globe Life Park, which is not the guy's fault, right? It's Texas Rangers' fault. But I got the souvenir cup. But not only that, but it was filled with Rangers souvenirs. There was a stein, like a beer stein, that had Globe Life Park on it. So that's even better than the regular souvenir cup, right? Souvenir beer stein. A helmet, Nacho's helmet, Texas Rangers. And of course, because of what I like, the best thing, I've showed you guys this before, so I apologize, but Globe Life Park ballpark replica. The guy gave me this. He gave me this. A stranger. Total stranger. Sent me a box full of cool stuff, including that ballpark replica. Just how nice, how kind, you know, how generous. So I ended up on Venmo or something. I ended up sending him a bunch of money because I was like, dude, yeah, you went above and beyond. Like, and I've never talked to that guy since. You know, I don't even remember his name. I was kind of hoping to, you know, pay him back at some point. With like the sports generosity, you know. Maybe I'll try to look up his name or something next time I'm out there. Since my family does live out there, next time I'll try to get him a ticket to a game or something. I don't know. That was super cool. So I wanted to mention that in the video, and I totally forgot to. So shout out to that guy and your generosity. You hooked it up. Yeah. Well, we're slowing down here. looks like. So, I hope you guys have a good one. Globe Life Field video will be out this week. And then I got a whole run of history stuff to put out. Be at the Angels game at the end of the month. Be at Disneyland at the end of the month. Be at Knott's Berry Farm at the end of the month. I will be at the last game in Oakland in September. Shout out Gabe. Yeah, cool stuff coming. Appreciate you guys. Hope everyone has a wonderful week. I'll see you guys next Sunday. We'll talk more about this stuff. Oh, I want to talk about the video I put out. The last video. I haven't really talked about it much, but the Simba Chippa's E40 video, Paris Nights with the boy Dame. I want to talk a little bit about that. I keep forgetting to talk about that. But yeah, you guys have a good one. Let's hope the Giants turn it around. Let's hope the Dodgers also turn it around and go the other way. Yeah. Go Niners. Go Warriors. It's not over. Go Giants. Go Bay FC. Go Roots. And